Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a lovely day today. This is your daily reading for Thursday, July 5th, 2018. I am Morgana Braid, High Priestess of Maiden Circle Covenant Academy, and if you're interested in learning more about Maiden Circle, check out the links in the description. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be pulling a card for your overall energy. What is the overall energy for this day? Conscious connections. So this day is all about being aware of the people that you bring into your life, being aware of the people whose lives you enter into, and really letting yourself say no to certain relationships, letting yourself look at the relationships in your life and seeing how you're serving each other, and understanding that if you're not serving each other, then that relationship isn't serving you either. That relationship isn't serving either of you. So I think on Thursday, take some time to make yourself aware of the people that are surrounding you. Make yourself aware of the people who you spend your time with on a regular basis, and really start to think about how that is serving you, how that is serving your highest good, and how you are serving their highest good. So let's see what your more personal, intimate energy is, or the energy that you should kind of aspire to. You're the King of Swords. This is an intelligent person who might have a tendency to look too deeply inward. But being in this position, I think that's what you need to do today, is look inward. Ask yourself what actions this person is taking that demonstrates that they deserve to be in your life. What are you doing that demonstrates that you deserve to be in somebody's life? Do you deserve to be in that person's life, really? Just look a lot closer and more deeply at your relationships, and at how you're responding to these relationships, and how you're using these relationships, how you're existing as a part of these relationships. So let's see what our physical challenge is for this day. What is our challenge on the physical level? To the Queen of Coins. You might be feeling suspicious today. You might be feeling like maybe your coworkers are trying to backstab you, or your boss is abusing their power over you, or anything like that. You might just be feeling like you're suspicious of the people around you, and that's probably got a lot to do with this inward looking. You might not be able to tell whether or not someone is good for you, and you're in a place where you're suspicious of everybody that you come across today, or you're treating people with selfishness instead of letting yourself be open to the possibilities of a friendship or of a relationship growing or anything like that. You're holding away from people out of suspicion, out of worry that they're going to betray you. So let's see how we can overcome this. You're the Seven of Swords. And the Five of Swords. So you're seeing a lot of the things that has occurred in the past concerning your relationships, and you're kind of using that to filter how you're responding. And you're telling yourself that, yeah, I went through all of this stuff with these other people, and I'm starting to see similar patterns right now. So what am I supposed to do? maybe I just let it keep going, or I pull away, and those are my only two options. And the options that you're considering right now are not your only options, but you're thinking that they are. They're not even your best options right now. You need to realize that you are capable of making this decision. You're capable of seeing who is good for you and who isn't, but you can't have this idea of this person is wrong for me, this person is bad, because that is going to lead you to a place of bias and judgment and more confusion. Whereas what you really need to do here, especially with the swords coming up like this, is think intellectually. Think about, like, if it's something that is a job or a person, make a list, right? Pros and cons, figure out on a concrete level what is working in this relationship or in this connection that you have, and what isn't working. Because using your own methods is not going to work for you. Doing the same thing that you've done in the past, cutting people off, arguing, being stubborn, that's not going to work for you. And neither is just letting it pass and ignoring it and just letting this person or this connection continue to not be the best for you. Okay, so you need to really stop thinking about the methods that you've been using and come up with something new. Know that you're capable of this. Know that you're capable of making this happen, and whether or not you have to cut off certain connections, it might not feel great to have to do that. It might not feel great to have to cut off certain connections, but if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. This isn't a I'm good, I'm right, I'm better, I win situation. This is a I need to take care of myself and find connections that are good for me and that I'm good for, kind of thing. So let's see what your emotional, spiritual, or mental challenge is for this day. We have the Page of Cups. You're feeling very sensitive today. You're feeling it's very easy for someone to hurt your feelings or to offend you. And that's another reason why you're at this point where you're wanting to just cut people off and just kind of push people away and end connections, because you're feeling suspicious. You're feeling like people are out to get you, and it's making it so that every little thing that you don't necessarily like seems like a slight to you. So let's see how we can overcome this. We have the Star, and the Devil. So I think you need to embrace the things that you have been afraid to embrace. Either whether it's dreams or something you want out of a relationship or something you want out of a job, out of the connections that you're making. You've been afraid to open yourself up to the things that might not have gone with who you were 10 years ago, you might have disagreed with 10 years ago, and these are new ideas coming to you and new dreams, and they're strange to you and they're wild to you, but this is telling you that it's okay to dream. It is okay to go after things that excite you and that light a fire underneath you, that make you really feel passionate. It is okay to do that, and you're safe in doing that for now. Really get in touch with what's important to you, and get in touch with what, like I said, what excites you, what makes you feel passionate. Get in touch with that and then go after it, because it's time for you to dream. It's time for you to let yourself feel free enough to connect with people on a deeper emotional level, to open yourself up to to different ideas. Open yourself up to things that may have offended you in the past. But ask yourself if it's really a problem for you now, if it's really something that you can't handle right now. And ask yourself if you're feeling sensitive and you're feeling vulnerable today because you're afraid of what being bold will bring you, what letting go of people who don't serve you will bring you, and what connecting to people who do will bring you. Okay? And what it's like to reach for those connections instead of cutting yourself away or pulling away when things get too serious or get too uncomfortable. It's time for you to try to find comfort in the discomfort. Find the positive in the frightening. Because you need to reach out. You need to grow and expand, and you need to wish. You need to wish beyond anything that you've wished before. You need to step out and say, here I am. Get to know me. Let me get to know you. So let's see what your end of day energy is. What is the energy for the end of this day? You're the King of Cups? And Three of Swords. So you might have met someone new today, a new friend, a new person that you're interested in, a new work connection. You might have just made some new connections today if you were able to let yourself be open and change the way you approach things and change the way you approach relationships and people and connections. And this person seems great to you. You're a little bit torn. You're torn between that connection and maybe another connection and maybe something that you've still been trying to work through. Whether this is like a friend that you recently lost or recently stopped talking to, or this is someone that you want to feel closer to but can't seem to get there for whatever reason. You're a little bit torn between this newer friend, this person who seems to be offering to you a lot of stability, a lot of fun, pleasure, but you're not sure if this is right for you. You're not sure if this is actually the kind of connection that will help you in the long run, that will help you to grow, and that you can help this person. You might even be intimidated by this person. So you're still kind of at a point where you're figuring it out. But overall, on this day, what you need to do is take stock of your relationships, take stock of the connections in your life and the people that you're working with and talking to and spending your time and your life with. And figure out what's best. Figure out how to navigate these relationships while being entirely and fully yourself, while being bold and letting yourself dream and letting yourself go after the things that excite you. Because it's going to bring you joy, it's going to bring you abundance, and it's going to give you so much. You're going to have so much more to offer if you take a step back and approach your relationships in a different way, approach your relationship with yourself in a different way, because this isn't just about connecting with other people. This is also about connecting with yourself, connecting with your inner desires, connecting with your soul and your higher power. Okay, so take the time to build and strengthen those connections in your life, and take the time to understand and change the connections in your life that aren't good for you. Okay? That is your reading for July 5th, 2018. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe so that you can catch these videos every day. Check out the links in the description for anything else from Maiden Circle. Thank you always, and remember always that I love you. Bye!